So right there we have him prepping oil separator, temperite. It's gonna replace this old school one right here. I don't know if this has a float, does have a float, but it's old. These are the old ones that have the socks in them. We'll probably open it up to show you. So what we're gonna do is cut this one out. He already has it prepped. Cut this out and re-hang it. So we got our screws prepped. So we're putting new mounting brackets here and get this thing ready to go. It has the hoses ready to pump out the discharge line. Then when we're ready to pump down, I'll film the rest. So on this one here, we have this pumping down, close off the liquid line, pump down this one circuit. This here is tied in to the discharge right here. So when we isolate the discharge, we'll pump the remaining gas back into this circuit right here. So right now we're at, what is that, 68? So we're just about equalized there. So right now we're pretty much got vapor. It's nice and warm now. It's not even cold anymore. So we're ready to continue on with the pump down. All right, now that we got this system equalized, the liquid and the suction, we're gonna go ahead and now that we got it, what's that, close to 45 pounds, we're gonna go ahead and start closing off the rest of the suction lines. Not this one yet, because this is the one we still need to use to pump down to zero. So we're gonna pump down the rest of the suction lines tied in to the suction group. And then we'll close this ball valve off because that ties into this, and then it goes into a compressor right there, or a satellite compressor. So it'll be easier for us to shut that off. Close this one, leave this one open for now. Close this one, and then we'll have to close this one here because this is also tied into the suction line. We're gonna close this down because this is tied into the suction line. And we're also gonna close this one down because this is tied into the suction line. And then once it starts to pump down, then this needle will start to drop. All right, so now that we got this all isolated, this one's open to the header. So right now we're just gonna pump the rest of it down as close as we can get to zero. So I got the guy on the other side forcing the contactor in. All right, that's good right there. Just let it sit for a minute. Okay. So what we're gonna do is it's probably gonna rise up a little bit. Then we'll probably pump it back down again a little bit more. I don't know if I need this light. All right, do it again. All right, it's good. All right, right there seems good. All right, so now close off the heat reclaim. Got that isolated, so we don't have to worry about that. This is coming from the heat reclaim, which is that helps the heat out for the store heating. And so we got these two isolated. So now all we're worried about is this discharge line right here. So it's not gonna be very much because this is a shell and tube, which is a shell and tube condenser, which is a whole nother video on these. But right now it's just a separator. So this is what we got going on. All right, we're just finishing closing off our discharge. We shut off the compressor discharge, both of them. Now next thing we're gonna do is transfer the gas from our discharge straight into our circuit that we pumped down to zero. All right, now this is our discharge. We're gonna pump this down by opening this valve. It should be good to go. We got that one, and then we're gonna open that one right here. Okay, we just opened it. It's dropping. We'll pump as much as we can in there, and then we'll see how much we can get in there. Then once that's down, we'll start cutting the separator out. All right, so since this is a shell and tube condenser, we already got this down to pretty much 0. Because the discharge is closed from here to this point, and that's pretty much it. Everything else we're gonna end up cutting out. Oh, we also to our compressors. Also to our compressors right there. So that's it. Small amount of copper. Just because it's a shell and tube, it has a short run. It doesn't have to go all the way to the air-cooled or evaporated condenser. So we're ready to cut out. Disconnected that. That's all there is, 3 connections. So now we're gonna prep this. So we're on a time schedule here. Rack is down, product's getting warm. All right, this is the old separator. Just thought I'd show you guys. Inside there's what you call a screen. Call it a sock as well, nickname. That's not ripped. You can see all the shavings in there. And then there's the same thing on the other side, inlet outlet. So that's also, it's not ripped, thank God. That's the way it is. That's the way it looks. And then you got your oil float down here on the bottom. So right now we just unsweated this 90 right here. Now we're about to unsweat that 90 right there. So as soon as it's nice and starts turning a greenish color, bright red, then we're ready to pull that out. Okay, we prefabbed it. We got our Street 90s. We just gotta sweat them in. Sweat that in. Got a bracket. We're gonna put another one. We're gonna put another one right here. We're gonna cut this down, shorten it up, put another one right here. We might throw some L brackets right here, but we'll see how it stays because this could be close to the edge. All right. All right, we're getting closer. Got everything pieced together. This right here, we're gonna straighten that up. We already measured it. Got that mounted. And then we'll go ahead and we're gonna mount this and we're gonna chop this side off. Here's the back angle of that. So we're almost done. Like I said, we're on a time crunch. So this is coming out. It's gonna go up and connect to this right here. Okay, we're almost done with this thing. Got it hung. Still need to cut these down, but we're almost done. All right, we're all done. We're on a time crunch. We had to get it up and running as quickly as possible. Okay, so piped in all that new, piped all that, added a ball valve. got the piped out on the back. Our oil line right here. There's filters in these already, but we threw another one on here. Oh yeah, we did cut these out right here. So now we just made it more even. Put a ball valve on this side to isolate this temp right, to change out this filter that's in here right away. So it came out pretty good. We're all done. All right guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next service call.